Hi, how are you? Tough week? Just let that out. I'm just coming on to talk about update on where we're at with pre-orders. I'm getting a lot of emails asking when orders are going to be dispatched, quite understandably, because a lot of these pre-orders go back to the middle of May. And I'm still in the position where I can't give an exact date. And I just wanted to come on and just kind of try and explain to you the complexity of manufacturing a product that has lots of components to it. And doing that in general is stressful, trying to get all the components together in one place to then be able to have the product made. Throw in COVID-19 and lockdown, everything has just imploded in that suppliers who we were waiting on, who have gone into lockdown, are now coming out of lockdown but have a massive backlog of people like me saying, I need you to do this. And they're going to have to work through all of their customers, being me, I'm their customer, I'm going to them and buying what I need to make my product. They've got a lot of customers to fulfill in the backlog, in the now bottleneck that is going into their business. So it's just not as straightforward as me saying to one supplier, I need that, okay, we're open up again, you can have that. Like, yeah, okay, we're opening up and we've now got to sift through all our customers. So it's just so convoluted, and there's just so many things, because the knock-on effect then is, okay, well, they're ready to go. Have we got space at the factory so the factory can start producing the pads? There's like all of these pieces of the puzzle that have to fit in at the same time, and they're not going to, because it's all fucked up right now. Firstly, I just want to say a huge thank you for your patience and your understanding, because everybody who has emailed asking me for a dispatch date and I'm going back and saying, I just don't know right now, have come back gracefully and just said, thank you, that's fine, that's all I needed to know. Because I have been a bit quiet on it because I've had nothing to say. And the thing is, it's just so stressful. It's just, I'll get emotional. It's just a lot of pressure right now, not just on me, but on all small businesses trying to struggle and find their way out of this COVID situation before their whole house of cards comes tumbling down. Everything feels really fragile, because it is, and everything's just really messed up with regards to timings and stuff. Like, I'll speak to my suppliers and they can't even give me dates. So it just feels like we're just all pissing in the wind at the moment. And it's just time for patience, where we've just got to sit, and especially if you're a customer shopping with a small business, you know, please know that that small business is doing everything that they can to get my production running again. I need it back up as much as you need your product, and I'm working as hard as I can this side to make things happen. It's looking likely that production will start again at the end of June. That's not set in stone. That's just where we're at in talks right now, with all the pieces of the puzzle that we're trying to fit together to be able to meet on a date, to be able to start the production. So the production will start in June, and obviously my factory can only manufacture so many pads per week, which we've got nearly 400 pre-orders right now. And that scares the shit out of me, I'm not going to lie. So we're going to work through the pre-orders, sending them out as the stock comes in, obviously. So it's not going to be right, we start producing again at the end of June, everybody's going to have their stuff first week of July. That's not how it happens. Also, I'm away first week in July, disclaimer, which has been booked for a year. I'm going to Cornwall for a week. That was a long, tough decision to make as well, because is this the right time to be going away? COVID, blah, 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 blah. But I seriously think that me and my family need, if I'm going to be in lockdown, I'd rather be in lockdown in a hotel room overlooking the beach. So now we've got to the point where I know production's not likely to start before the end of June. It's going to take a week to get those pads made. I'm going to go away in that week where the pads are being made, and then when I come back immediately, as soon as I get the pads, we can start shipping out for orders. This is not set in stone. This is what we're working to at the moment, and that if everything goes to plan, that's what's going to happen. I think I just needed to share with you that I'm not sitting here with all your pre-orders in my back pocket, just putting my feet up, and you know, so much of this is out of my hands, and I'm having to be as patient as you are, and I really hope that gives you some insight into what's happening with all small businesses right now that are struggling to keep their production lines going and keep all the people. Like I said, I've said before in videos, we've got about 10 different suppliers for these pads. For each component, zips are one supplier, poppers are one supplier, the outside fabric is one supplier. I could just talk it through with this one pad. This is one supplier, this is one supplier, the materials inside come from another supplier, the poppers come from another supplier, these labels come from another supplier, these ones come from another supplier. I mean, it's just, the list goes on. The zips come, so we have so many suppliers that we are trying to juggle and get all those suppliers together to get all the materials together for it then to be able to go to the factory to be manufactured. Doing that under COVID has just been, bearing in mind we only launched on the 31st of January, so kind of like launched a sellout launch, which was incredible, sold out every stock since launch, and then get hit with COVID. It's just been the fucking strongest learning curve, I think, for a new business that could ever be. I'm obviously feeling extra fragile this week because of what's happened on here this week, and that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I just wanted to update you on pre-orders. So if you've got a pre-order and you're watching this, that's all I can tell you right now. Yeah, what we're hoping to do over the weekend is manage how much stock we'll get each week, with order numbers, so that I can shout out, if your order number is between such and such, then you're going to be on the first run of stock, the next run of stock, the next run of stock, and try and manage the stock that way, because it's just, it's big beyond the scenes. So yeah, so much love coming to you, and again, thank you so much for your patience and your support, because that is giving me hope that this business is not going to bloody fold on the first hurdle. Really. So thank you. Try and have a weekend